This is Adedoyin arriving in the court for the final judgment on the murder of Tim Olagoke. Hello and welcome to the Happy Hour TV, where we bring you trending and exciting news. How are you doing today? I am Cece. Here is a news update. The Osun State High Court has found guilty and sentenced to death the owner of Hilton Hotels in Ile-Ife, Dr. Rahim Adedoyin, and two others over the murder of Mr. Timothy Adegoke. Recall that in November 2021, Mr. Adegoke, a postgraduate student of the Obafemi Awolowo University (OAU), had traveled to Osun State to sit for an examination at the OAU Distance Learning Center, Moro campus, and lodged in the Hilton Hotels and Resorts. He was, however, declared missing on November 7th when he failed to show up in class and his phone could not be reached. His classmates alerted his family and they in turn alerted the police. However, Mr. Adegoke's body was later discovered in a shallow grave after the police got involved and arrested some suspects, including workers in the hotels, for questioning. The owner of the hotel, Dr. Rahim Adedoyin, and 7 other suspects were immediately arrested and tried for murder. And today, being the 30th of May 2023, almost 2 years after the incident occurred, Adedoyin has been finally sentenced. The Chief Judge of Osun State, Justice Adegoke Ojo, found Adedoyin and 2 of his staff guilty of murder and conspiracy. While delivering her judgment, Justice Ojo held that the circumstantial evidence available to the court pointed to the killing of Adegoke while being a guest at the hotel owned by Adedoyin. According to her, Adedoyin's decision not to enter the witness box did not help him, as the circumstantial evidence had shifted the burden of proof on him. Adedoyin, who is the chairman of Hilton Hotels Ile-Ife, was charged along with staff of the hotel, Magdalene Chefuna, Adeniyi Aderugba, Oluwole Lawrence, Oyetunde Kazeem Adebayo, Kunle and Adedeji Adeshola. The defendants were charged on an 18-count charge of murder, conspiracy, oath of secrecy, among others.
From the content of the charge, 7 defendants were 7 people were the defendants in the charge, and the first defendant has been convicted alongside the third and the 5th defendant. So 3 out of the 7 defendants have been convicted, although the 7th defendant was equally convicted. But the plea, the allocutors given by his counsel and our own response to the allocutors given by the defendant, the 7 defendants counsel, that prompted an adjournment. The court is of the opinion that he needs to further adjourn the sentencing of the 7th defendant. So for now, the 1st defendant have been convicted, the 3rd defendant have been convicted, and the 5th defendant. The 1st defendant was the owner of the hotel. He has been convicted for conspiracy to commit murder and murder. The 3rd defendant has been convicted for conspiracy to commit murder and murder. The same goes with the 5th defendant as well.
Justice Ojo discharged and acquitted 3 of the staff, Magdalene Chefuna, Lawrence Oluwole, and Adedeji Adeshola, while the sentencing of the 7 defendants is to be passed on Wednesday. Amidst a lot of tears and grief, Timothy Olagoke was laid to rest last year.
Timothy Adegoke was a devout Christian. He was very prominent in the church activities, and everyone around him testified to this commitment to serving God anytime he found himself. Timothy loved this community with passion. During and after a service,
Timothy Olagoke is survived by his wife and kids. This is a really, really heartbreaking story. I mean, you would think lodging in a hotel when you get to a strange place, or even a place you're familiar with, would be the safer thing to do. But the contrary became the case for Mr. Olagoke. He was murdered where he sought sanctuary. I mean, he literally paid for his own death. Once again, we should all be very careful. Ritualist and killer is not written on anybody's forehead or on any organization. So just try to always be wary and cautious of our surroundings. As for this case, I am glad justice has been finally served and Mr. Adegoke's family can finally have the closure they deserve and move on with their lives. May his soul continue resting in peace. Okay, that's it on the news update for now. Do stay tuned in for more trending news and remember to like and subscribe to the Happy Hour TV. Bye for now.
The first defendant was the owner of the hotel. He has been convicted for conspiracy to commit murder and murder.